Can you name the only Togolese metal band? Because I can. I'm Tim Regan from U.S. American power metal band Burning Shadows, dual violin folk metal band Eisenmore, Fade to Black Metallica tribute, and recently vacated Graves True Zombie Metal. You are listening to Podcast Them Down, and I just ad-libbed the intro for the first time in quite a long time. So I'm here with Mike from recently vacated Graves True Zombie Metal and Eisenmore, and I'm here with Matt, who has been on like 95% of the episodes of Podcast Them Down. And so therefore he gets a 5% cut in the revenue of the podcast.
Nice. Man, I can't wait to upgrade my mic stand.
Oh yeah, join our Patreon.
We have a Patreon?
Yeah, if you go
Shut up, Mike.
No, we actually do.
We do?
Yeah. I just
Holy
never
crap.
plug it. All right, so if you go to link in the description to the Linktree, Linktree, linktr.ee Linktree /PCTD, there is a link to the Patreon in there. So, I should probably, I set it up and then forgot about it until right now.
What?
Dead air. I know you're trying to. You're
Wow.
finding it,
I'm
right?
trying to...
Do we have patrons?
No.
Fuck.
Well, because we never promote it. So after this episode, maybe we will have patrons.
I expect about $6,000 a week.
Me
Good starting
too.
point.
I'd do this way more if that was involved. Because right now we're getting zero.
It could be our full-time career.
Matt just found out he's getting 5% of zero.
Shut up.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
All right,
Oh,
so
I will say, just quickly, at least you lose less money doing this as a hobby than gigging.
oh yeah,
That's probably true.
It's
You're
absolutely true.
It is true.
It costs me nothing to do this. I just
Well, it's gonna cost
So-
you a mic stand.
I also am now able to write off my subscription to Paramount Plus on my taxes as a business expense.
Oh, because of the Star Trek.
Yeah, because of the Star Trek.
All right. So in our New Year's episode where we look back at 2021, we discovered we had one Nigerian listener.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So are we narrowcasting?
I assumed it was one. Or how about this? Let's put it this way. We have at least one listener in Nigeria who listened to at least one episode. So,
which I take to mean we have a massive Nigerian fan base.
Yeah.
Hello.
yes. So what I wanted to do was an episode about all the Nigerian metal bands. So I looked it up on Metal Archives and I came up with nothing. There are no
No.
Nigerian metal bands. So for those who want to follow along at home, if you go to Metal Archives, there's an advanced search. You can go to that and just plug in a country and hit search and it'll give you all the bands in that country. But yeah, so that's how I looked it up. There was nothing, but I Googled it and came back with yes, Mike.
There's also a on the left hand side of Metal Archives. There's literally a browse bands by country.
Yeah, that is the other way to do it.
Okay.
But
Boo!
well, with the search, you can do multiple countries. I don't know if you can do that with the one on the left.
No, I don't think you can. Good point.
So I started looking into it more because I knew of the Togolese band. So I was like, there's definitely metal in Africa. So turns out there's a Wikipedia page. So this is one of those episodes where I'm just going to read the Wikipedia page and we'll discuss it. So African heavy metal. That is the wiki. What you're going to want to look up on Wiki if you want to read along with me. But that's the heavy metal music scene in Africa, particularly in East African countries such as Kenya and Uganda, and Southern African countries including Namibia, Madagascar, which surprises me, Zimbabwe, Angola, Botswana, South Africa, Mozambique, and Zimbabwe. It also extends into North African nations such as Algeria, Egypt, Libya, Morocco, and Tunisia, although bands in the North African region associate themselves more closely with the MENA region in terms of cultural and societal consistencies. African heavy metal is characterized by the use of European and American metal genres, often blended with traditional African instruments and musical styles, creating distinct regional differences. So I'm going to go over to, I'm going to stop here. So the band, the Togolese band, I forget how I found them, but there's an article on Afropop.org called Arkan, the only heavy metal band in Togo. And so if you look them up, they're surprisingly good.
Wow.
They, so, it's metal, but they have, like, African percussion along with it, and it just fits so perfectly. It vaguely reminds you of the tribal sounding stuff in, what's that band?
Sepultura?
Yeah. But African, not
Right.
Brazilian.
Right. No, I mean, what are the odds of the only Togolese metal band actually doing, like, if you're the only Togolese metal band, the chance of you being actually pretty good, I feel like, is very low. So that's pretty cool.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. So they, and the guitarist plays a guitar I used to have.
Nice.
Like the actual guitar?
Well,
or?
not the same model. It's
okay.
It was the I forgot the model, but like 5 or 6 or so years ago, Jackson came out with a budget 7-string,
Okay.
and it's matte
But
black, and it's just a 7-string. I was like, I have that guitar. I recognize it anywhere. I sold it at some point, but
But you didn't like represent the United States in the International Metal Exchange?
no, I'd be willing to give Arkan some, I'll work out a trade with them. That'd be awesome. So,
Yeah.
but this band also has music videos and live videos and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'll probably put a link in the description. So,
Yeah, looks really cool.
yeah. Yeah, so there's the only band in Togo, which was not in that list I read. The article goes on to mention a bunch of bands. So I looked them all up and I have short reviews. So
Okay.
I think you should check them out too. Also, these were also, a lot of them were also listed on okafrica.com. So the first one is from Botswana called Overthrust, which is already a good name.
I mean,
So should we treat this like a metal promo,
Oh.
like a more in-depth metal promo where we give it ears?
Yeah, we could do that if you want. Yeah, so I didn't write anything down for them. I'm pretty sure they were pretty straightforward death metal from Botswana.
I mean, they do have a pretty awesome logo, which is multiple skulls impaled by multiple swords.
What?
They were
looks impressive.
overthrusted.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm also, I like,
They got a cowboy aesthetic too, which is
yes.
interesting.
Yeah, I like that. I also like the first album is Desecrated Deeds to Decease.
Nice. I like the alliteration.
That's an interesting album title. I'm actually interesting.
So right off the bat, I'm noticing a lot of these African bands, just like the European bands, no matter what country they're from, they're singing in English because metal.
Yeah, never
Yeah.
understood that.
Well, I mean, Botswana, that would make sense that they would speak English. It would be interesting. Does Archon, does the Togolese band, do they sing in French or they sing in English, right?
Yeah,
Oh
they're in
wow,
English.
that's interesting.
Let's see if I did not look up any of these, because I'm not going to be. Oh, they are not on Metal Archives. This is terrible.
Wow, Overthrust, all three of their albums that have been reviewed, they're all reviewed much higher than that one.
The other episode,
Cryptopsy album that we may have talked about or will talk about soon.
All right, I'm gonna drop you the link for Archon so you can see. Like, they even got a great metal band photo. Oh
Yeah, it looks pretty slick.
oh, just look up Archon Togo. How about that?
Yeah.
You at home do it too, unless you're driving, in which case, wait till you get home.
or have a Siri do it while you're driving, and just like look and then look at the road and look at the road.
Yeah.
And
So
put your cell phone between your ear and your neck, and then maybe you could be smoking a cigarette and shifting.
yeah, I know. I know we're already jumping around, but nice visual demonstration. So. Yeah, so if you find the afropop.org article, if you scroll down, the guitarist, the guitar the guitarist is holding in the second picture on the page, that's the one. And you'll also notice there's another singer, so they got like kind of they have a second vocalist. So the guy with the long dreads is the main guy, and then they got other guy, and then they have two drummers. But unlike Slipknot, their two drummers are good.
Okay.
Instead of one amazing one and one other guy.
The members of the band: Rock, Rico, Mass, Francis, and Richard. So it kind of like descends in order of like brutality, ending in Richard.
Yeah. So also in that article is a good photo of their percussionist, and he's got like go-go bells and.
Oh, interesting.
I'm not up on my terminology on all the drums, but he's got hand drums as well.
I'm on their Facebook page right now. They have some really cool things with like not quite corpse paint, but it looks very like African influenced corpse paint kind of. That looks really cool.
And Archon has a Bandcamp.
They do.
And what is that Bandcamp?
It's arkanaa.bandcamp.com. So it's like Arcana.
Okay. All right. So back to let's pop on over to Botswana. Back to Overthrust. The band member names. Did you happen to look at those?
Oh, and Overthrust? No.
Yeah.
All right,
so there's Vulture Thrust, Beast Thrust, Shelton Spencer Thrust, Godfather, and Dog Thrust. So why does Godfather?
So Godfather. No, he's not the founder of the band. Why Godfather?
Shelton Spencer Thrust. That's an amazing name.
But on drums was Suicide Torment until 2018.
Man.
Suicide Torment is also one of the album names.
Oh.
So
Wow.
they as well have a Bandcamp, Overthrust, and the number 3, overthrust3.bandcamp.com.
I've never listened to it, but I highly recommend Brutal Africa, the heavy metal cowboys of Botswana, as the first album you should be listening to.
Yeah, so what I've noticed I've noticed it more in like repressive societies, like with Across Akalda from Iraq, and there's a band from Tehran, but it, in a lot of these regimes, it's hard to get Western stuff in.
Mm-hmm.
So what you get is pure, like unadulterated influences, right? So that's why Across the Cauda was so good, and I feel like Overthrust probably had a handful of Pantera CDs.
Yeah.
And then they're like, yes. I could be wrong, but clearly they're old school death metal, so maybe they just they didn't adopt Pantera's sound, so I don't know. That's a mystery. We'll have to interview them somehow. So, all right. Also mentioned in the article, the okafrica.com article, is Before Crush from Angola.
Ooh, Before Crush.
And I just have 2 comments about them. So they're djenty, which is not my thing.
Okay.
And they have a music video where their instruments aren't plugged in, which is a pet peeve of mine.
Okay, yeah, I mean that's true.
I mean,
maybe
that's just a musician thing, like his guitar's not plugged in. The worst I've ever seen was when the microphone wasn't plugged in. That's the worst one. I don't remember if, Before Crush's music video did that.
They do appear to have more songs in Portuguese here, so that's probably good. They're a metalcore band, so we know what Mike's gonna think about them.
Yeah, not good.
They do the squatty headbanging too. You know what I mean.
Yeah, the crab walk.
Yeah, I don't remember them walking, but I do remember them bobbing.
I like how all their promo pictures, they just look like regular dudes hanging out. Like,
yeah, these guys just look like guys who happen to be in the same room at the same time.
It's like
they walk in, they're like, "Oh, there's a guitar here. There's some drums. You wanna just jam out a little bit?"
We're 4 friends who like hanging out, and we decided instead of just sitting in a room and listening to metal, why don't we make some?
So, if you're into metalcore, which I don't know why you'd be listening to the show if you're into metalcore because we shit on it, they do have a Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Before Crush, one word. So also in Angola is Dor Fantasma. That's DORFANTASMA, and they are thrash.
Yeah, this looks kind of awesome.
I already like them 1,000% more than Overcrush. Wow.
And
their first EP is You Failed, Now We Rule.
So that was a split with Before Crush. And then yeah, see? Yeah, so they put out a full length last year called Avimbundu.
Whoa, Dor Fantasma is even more brutal than you think, because that's Portuguese for phantom pain.
Oh, fuck yes. Right. They got a brain in their logo, too, so...
I mean...
if you come to the U.S., you got to tour with RVG.
And if you look at their Facebook photo, they have a goddamn metal picture of them on stage with the Angolan flag, which I think, we haven't ranked the metalness of national flags yet, but I would say that Angola has a pretty fucking metal flag.
Okay, so they do have a Bandcamp. It's through their record label. So it's nightfear.bandcamp.com. That label is based in Portugal. And
makes sense.
Yes. I'm looking for the thing you brought up on their Facebook.
I have a very irrelevant thing to bring up here. So Before Crush is listed here. Does Metal Archives typically have bands whose sole genre is listed as metalcore?
I feel like if you flagged them someone would take them down. You know,
I wouldn't want to do that to these guys.
Well, I know what Mike's doing tonight.
I was mean.
All right.
Oh, yeah. I guess.
All right. So next, I'm trying to stay one step ahead, but it's hard doing three things at once. So, Ugandan death metal, Veil of Ammunition. That's VALE of AMONITION. They are
Veil
progressive doom metal from Uganda.
Really?
Yes, and
Yes.
the article called them death metal, but Metal Archive
That sounds
calls
like
them doom.
Band that Doug would like.
I might like it too, actually.
Yeah, so that's two guys.
Okay.
In the current lineup, they have they have a bunch of former members. But, they sound to me more garage bandy than the rest.
Oh, really? Okay.
But I mean, as you can see on their Metal Archives, they have well, they have two full lengths, but they have like a bunch of singles and demos. And their most recent is 2019 called Ancient, Evil, and African. And I feel like that's probably not what I listen to. Because that sounds awesome.
Wait.
Those look pretty good. I mean, I do like their lyrical theme of impending doom. You know, because I think if you're a progressive / doom metal band, everything you do is impending doom, right? So that's appropriate.
Their song titles, like I'm looking at those of Tartarian ancestry.
Yes.
Their song that of a painting grim, the apostle gray and the harvest black. Bitterness, revisiting the bitterness of God. Summoning Tartarus to swallow the veil. It's just very grim, very grim.
When we do have the International Metal Exchange, we probably need to help them out with some album artwork because they remind me a lot of like 2001 Burning Shadows albums artwork.
Understood.
But you know, there's a whole big gap to be filled there, and you know, Photoshop is an amazing thing, and you can even get a GIMP if you really want.
Hate GIMP.
Which is a music program and not like a Pulp Fiction. Not only a Pulp Fiction scene.
It can be two things.
It's a graphics program.
It's a graphics. I know, but Mike is a musical man, so he thinks all art is just a kind of music.
Oh, did I say music?
You did?
Oh.
Like he thinks visual things are just eye music. I really like the eye music there.
Sorry, I guess. Fuck. I guess I'm looking at Metal Archives, and clearly my brain is in two places.
My wife made some delicious mouth music for dinner.
So, Veil of Ammunition is on Bandcamp. Veil of Ammunition.bandcamp.com. All right, so I have two from Kenya.
Okay.
Last Year's Tragedy, which is post-hardcore, so again, not my thing. They often go by LYT.
They're pretty good. They got an Instagram. They got a Facebook.
They're not on Metal Archives.
But yeah, because Mike probably flagged them as a post-hardcore.
Post-hardcore.
I mean, this album of theirs, Amongst Lions, looks fucking metal.
Yeah, well, that's not what Metal Archives said.
Oh, well, they're assholes. Well, yeah, you know what? You know what also isn't on Metal Archives?
Body Count?
Body Count.
Why isn't Body Count on Metal Archives?
That's what we want to know.
Oh, yeah. Right.
All right, and then, so the other one from Kenya in the article is Rish, R-I-S-H, and she is a female singer.
Ooh.
Who does metal /rock/jazz, but it sounds very poppy to me. She's a great singer, but it's like pop metal. So think anything Annette Olson would do. That's
Ghost, maybe.
Maybe that's the vibe I get from her. Now, here's the thing. All of her lyrics are very Christian. I know that's gonna be a non-starter for a lot of people.
Well, if you listen to heavy metal, it's gonna be a non-starter.
Okay, but I would like to refer to you to her pinned tweet. So this tweet is pinned on her Twitter. I was out for a walk this morning, and some fucker without a mask literally sneezed in my face. I nearly just pushed him down the hill to punish him for his carelessness. I mean, and she didn't just write that, she pinned that. So, I mean...
That's pretty good.
Well, anyway, she's fantastic. So, all right. So then I have, just to round out the episode, I thought we could, I have a search ready to go, including many, many, many countries in Africa, and I thought we could randomly go through this. At this point in the episode, we unfortunately discovered a South African band that was very racist, so we have removed them from this episode, and will not be looking at any more South African metal bands.
Sure won't.
Nope.
All right. Here's a band from Morocco, Casablanca, actually, called Into the Evernight.
Oh.
Oh, I mean, that sounds almost Tolkienian.
Yeah, so it's melodic death metal. They only released one EP, and whoever added it to Metal Archives, I think, made a typo and called it Intro the Evernight.
I mean, that's actually my Into the Evernight cover band. And our goal was to open for them, and we never did. It's very sad.
Okay, so I had mentioned Madagascar.
Uh-huh.
So there's a band from Madagascar called Lamasy, Lamasy. Their last release was 2011, so they're probably, no one's heard from them apparently. But they're symphonic melodic black metal.
Whoa! Look at the corpse paint on this album cover.
Yeah, their corpse paint game is strong.
Their logo game is. We need to. Who was that?
Yeah, that logo.
Who was that Ugandan band? We need to hook them up. Lamasy. That's an amazing logo too.
Oh, it looks like they're still posting stuff on Facebook.
Also in Madagascar is Beyond Our Awfulness. And they have one EP called Awful.
All right. There's another one, Tunisia.
Okay.
It's, oh, man. Amazigh. Amazigh. They are gothic metal. They only put out a demo. Now they're on hold.
Yeah.
So Amazigh is the Berber word for Berbers.
I like that.
Yeah, so this is clearly a Berber language, or a Berber band. That's interesting.
We need to close out on a randomly picked amazing one.
Yeah.
Tales of Emotional Decay, progressive doom metal from Egypt. Let's see.
Ooh.
Status unknown. One EP.
Oh, that's not a way to end an episode.
No, it's not. We'll try again. All right. Tunisia. The Sound of Seraphim. Black metal. Active. Full-length album. 2019.
In Egypt.
Lyrical themes. Philosophy.
I like them.
In Egypt, there's Svart with an E at the end. Svarti. And it's they're active. Their full length was in 2015, and the full length is titled "Wanderer Between the Light and Dark."
Fuck yes, there's a good.
That is awesome.
Yeah, this is
lyrical themes. Tolkien, fantasy, sorrow.
Nice.
It looks like they
Wow.
relocated to Istanbul.
Dude,
But they started in Alexandria, Egypt.
Their album art is like awesome. The logo and everything.
That's a solid recommendation. That's svarte.bandcamp.com. Let's see
they came to play.
Let's see if Fate shall give us another one. Like, I don't want to click on any of the South African ones.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
Are there any from Iswanti?
Oh, I'll look that up while Mike finds another one.
You know, in Metal Archives, it might be Swaziland.
No, it's there.
Oh, nice.
There's nothing.
Oh,
There was one band from Ethiopia,
ooh,
Nishayar, Nishaiar, active. Last full length was 2021. They're atmospheric black metal,
I like that.
post rock, and I'm jealous. They put out a full length in 2017, 18, 2 in 2018, and then 2020 and 2021. And they have a
That looks
Bandcamp,
amazing.
nishayar.bandcamp.com. You find another one?
Yeah, but maybe in a different direction.
Their logo is incredible.
Algeria.
Okay.
Castle full of shit.
Holy shit. I mean, if there's ever a band to end on, I prefer their safe for work CFOS logo.
It's like an anal cunt type logo.
I gotta see this.
You know, of all their several EPs, I think my favorite is 2020's Purulent Abscess, Pus, Gore, and Schizophrenia.
Oh, that's good.
Featuring such great bangers as Paralyzing Tumor Collection, Delicious Cadaver Excrement, and Fecal Rapidity.
That's it. That's the one. So that's CXFXOXS.bandcamp.com. Good luck on that.
Please enjoy Abscess Exposition and Heroic Act of Pooping.
What? What?
I have never wanted a band to be booked for an interview more than right now.
What the
So wait, you don't like their other EP, Gore, Pus, and Shit? which has fun pus explosion over millions bodies of crazy naked apes?
I mean, Gore, Pus, and Shit is a good album, but Purulent Abscess, Pus, Gore, and Schizophrenia has, you know, a cutting political song, Sheep Followers for Monkey Leaders.
All right.
Wow.
So let's wrap it up. What bands from Africa did we miss? I think we decided South Africa doesn't count. So
I'm sure there's some South African bands that we can include.
okay, we'll need someone to curate some South African recommendations.
The one that we found is not a good one to find.
Right. So yeah. So what we miss? Let us know. Who should we check out? Who is Matt going to interview after he finishes talking to Castle Full of Shit?
Yep.
I think that should be a one-on-one interview, you know?
It doesn't even need to be recorded. It could just be at the house. I can just have them over for tea. Would you like some sticky buns?
All right. So, hail Metal Nation, hail Africa. That's all I got.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye then.
I've been waiting this whole episode to have the cinnamon candy.